Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about one stock that is in the middle of a storm, that is Didi. So she is now very hot, huh? And Didi is facing a class action from angry American shareholders. I have to stress American shareholders, because if you are not the shareholders, you don't have the right to do so. So today we are going to talk about Didi. Then actually it is just a car hailing apps, but it's doing quite big. Do you know that Uber China is now the subsidiary of Didi? I've been tried it Uber a lot of times in Hong Kong, and I tried a few times in China, but I can't remember is it Didi or not. One or two times together with my friends. Actually, the journey is pleasant. Even in Hong Kong or in China, it's quite smooth. You just install the apps. My cell phone, my smartphone is Android, and my friend's is iPhone. And then install the app, and then you input the information, and then the payment, and then you input the information into the apps, and then if there is cars nearby, then someone will respond to you, then you can get it, right? Quite simple, very simple. If in Hong Kong is by credit card, if in China is by some pay methods like Alipay, something like that, so you can finish the deal. Quite pleasant, actually it's quite pleasant. And you know, a lot of years before, many years before in China, it's quite difficult for you to call a taxi, especially in some area that is not so many people. In factory, in manufacturers, in southern part of China, as well as northern part of China. But now it's quite convenient. But Didi now is facing a class action from a lot of angry American shareholders. That is quite a problem. So I just said Didi now is in the middle of the storm. So we are going to discuss it, right? And our Falcon portfolio just yesterday, previous week is doing quite good. It dropped a little bit, but quite okay, right? Because 17 months passed it, and then our portfolio been still stated at 86%. It rised from 350,000 to 650,000 US dollar. So if any one of you want me to discuss or analyze on any stock, any subjects, you can leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So Didi is just being after the IPO and just launched it for a few days. Then this is quite unfortunately. I didn't bought it. I didn't buy it, right? I don't know if you have buy it or not. But I think if you have buy it, then I think you should consider to sell out some of it, or to just sell it, because it's quite, this kind of things is quite, it took a long time. It will take a long time to settle. Or worst come to worst, Didi may need to retrieve from the USA stock market. So actually it's not quite looking good. If you just buy the stock, then I think you should consider to reduce some of it, or you maybe need to sell out some of it, right? You may get some loss. I know that you may get the loss, but this is the fact, right? So our Falcon 350,000 portfolio still doing good. This year we still got 18% increment, and the total we've been up just 2 days before to 88%, right? After we dump out Visa, but Visa also rise up, and then we get in Facebook, we got some increment. Inside this period, Nasdaq been raised at 88%, and our portfolio been raised at 86%. We've been quite close, because 1 or 2 months before, we've been lag behind for 6%, for 6 points, and now we've been very close, just 2% from Nasdaq. All been rise. You can see all the picked stock rised in between. Dow Jones yesterday dropped at 20 something, that dropped at 100 something and 120 points. There were two reasons. First reason is because of the Delta COVID cases. For some areas with the vaccinated rate is low, the people is worrying because the Delta COVID is quite serious now, in not only in America, also in Asia, in Japan, not a lot in Hong Kong, right? In Taiwan, in northern part of China, in like some Vietnam, in Cambodia, right? In India is better. India now is much better. Brazil is much better. So you can see from the picture that still a lot of people is wearing masks in America, that is inside a Walmart store. And then another things that they worry is because of the inflation. You can see that in between, in America, the average hourly rate already rise up a lot in 2021, but the people still worrying that it cannot outpace the inflation. In the last program, we already said now the inflation in America may be 10% or more than 10%, right? So that is the case. If they stock the relief, if they stock the compensation, then maybe the people may be beaten by the inflation. That means the things, all the commodities very expensive, rise up 10%, and then the people suffers. So that two reasons added together, yesterday the market crashed a little bit. Not a big deal, just Dow Jones is 200 points and then Nasdaq is 120 points. Not a big deal. Okay, we talk about Didi, then you can see quite clearly, right, on the stock market price. And then its market cap very quickly dropped it from 65 billion to 53 billion. Very quickly, just in few days, right? She just launched it at the end of June, and then just in 1 week, it rise up to 16, and then it dropped it to 11. $5, 25%. So Didi is a car hailing app. Very simple. Didi was founded in 2012 in Beijing, in China, and then now Uber China is her subsidiary company. Simple. I think everyone listening to this program then tried the car hailing apps. Don't need me to explain, right? And then we have to notice that it is the app. Without the app, it's nothing. At the very beginning, Didi is just for taxi, like this one, like this gentleman. It's just for taxi. Now you can call different kinds of cars, right? Like the special cars for the old people, for the elderly. Then you can call some special cars, maybe for one team of people. Or you can also call taxi, different cars with the passengers in a similar destination as you. So you can share the car fee, right? So it's quite strong now. It's quite convenient, quite strong now already. And then China's Didi worth 68 billion after the US debug, right? And this is 1 week before. But that past 1 week, a lot of things happened. This is the app. Without the app, nothing. No business. No business. You can't ring. You can't pick up your phone and then ring. No one answer the phone, right? All is by the app. Just like the Uber. just like Uber. Now Uber in Hong Kong, you know, my mother is also using Uber because she is very old. She can't walk. So we are calling Uber for a bigger car for the elderly. It's not convenient for walking, but it's more expensive, and not so many cars, less cars, right? We just have one season's performance data, so that's it, right? The revenue that season is this year's first quarter, right, from January to March, of course in US dollar. The revenue is 6.5 billion, 6.5 billion US dollar, and the income, that means the net profit, is 0.847 billion, and then making the net profit rate is 13%. She makes the money, she earns money, she is not losing. Uber is losing, a lot of car apps is losing, but she is making money. Although I'm not satisfied with the net profit rate, just 13%, but still alright. How much money she has for the cash? 7.3 billion. I think it's because of the IPO. Because the IPO, so she raised the money. But she has a lot of debt. 31.1 billion of debts. So we use our old method to calculate. Say for the debts is for 10 years, and every year the interest rate is 5%. And then every year you have to pay back for the interest and then the capital. So each year the payback capital plus interest is about 4.665 billion. You can calculate by yourself. And then the 1 year's income is 3.5, something like that. So actually, each year's capital plus interest is bigger than the income. So you should not buy it. That's what it is. Because the Didi's been in China for nearly 10 years already. You should not consider it will go up very fast, because it's been for 10 years already. Not only 1 year. 10 years is quite a long time, right? So you should wait for it reduce the debts. So you should wait for the revenue and the income goes bigger, much better, than before you should buy it. If you buy it just at the IPO, I think you buy too early. This is what I think. So this is yesterday's news, right? And Didi choosing, that means is going out, is sued by the American shareholders over stock punch caused by Chinese regulatory changes data collection inquiry. And Didi is facing at least 2 lawsuits in the US and half a dozen inquiry. Half a dozen, it means a lot. Inquiry by the law firms after its share price dropped sharply on actions by Chinese regulators. And that is the photo. And Didi's New York IPO was the biggest by a Chinese company in the US since 2014. That means 7 years before. So what's happening now in China is, it's being investigated by the China government on 2 things. First thing is antitrust. Simple is monopoly. That means she is monopoly over the market. Other people can't get in. Not fair to the other people that want to participate in the market, right? This is first thing. And the second thing is leaking China's personal data to USA. This is a big abuse, right? This is a big abuse. I don't know. I'm waiting for the investigation result. And then what is now the final is being investigated by the government, and the app and the car hailing app is being banned from the app store. That means you can't do the business. At the very beginning, that means few days before, it just cannot let the new customer register. But 1 or 2 days before, I've heard the news that its app been banned from the app store. That means you can't find the app anymore. That means she can't do business. That means no income. That means no business, no income, right? So what is now happening in the USA for the shareholders, they are very angry, of course. And they may raise some legal actions for the class action. Class action now is only available in America. I don't know the status in Europe or other places. But Hong Kong has no class action. Of course, China has no class action, right? And class action by the shareholders is not simple. You just can't say, oh, the stock price dropped, then I raise a class action. No. At least few conditions need to be satisfied before they can raise a class action. The first is, say Didi, for example. Did she know she's against the law? And then she's still going into public and she still says she is fine, she is fit to the China's law. That means that she intentionally telling lies. That's the first thing. And the second thing, it caused a remarkable damage, loss to the shareholders. Remarkable. You just can't say my share price dropped to 5%, then I need to raise the class action. No, because share price always drop 5%, right? 5%, even 20%. But the point now is because Didi is being sued by the China government. That means quite obviously she knew she is against the law. Maybe she is doing something against the law. So did she disclose it in the IPO document when she goes to public in America? That is the key point. You know, the class action by the shareholders is not only on the company, it's also on the sponsor, maybe Goldman Sachs, maybe JP Morgan, I don't know. I'm not going to search the documents because actually it just wastes some time, right? But it will be also on the sponsor, underwrite, global coordinator, book runner, unit trust manager. Not only they cannot get the commission, they have the responsibility. That is the due diligence. So this suing is quite a big thing. This is criminal. Not only the fine, maybe they need to go to jail, right? And the second is, if it is the case, this stock may be forced to retrieve from the USA stock market. That means disappear. And then you have to pay back the fine to all the shareholders, right? And then the sponsor, they will have a back shadow on coming China's IPO to USA, because they not only cannot earn the commission, they need to spend a lot of time to going for the court. They may be fined. Maybe some of the internal staff being fired because they not going through the document very properly. Say for example, if this is Goldman Sachs, does the unit trust does the internal manager do the due diligence, check all the documents against the law? If it's against law or it is marginal against the law, did she report to the senior? Maybe no, because he or she may want to earn the big commission, and then now is a big trap. She put her legs on. So that's the case. This may take a long time. This may take a long time. But the point is now is the China government is actively investigating on the Didi. That means for the first, she is not disclosed enough. She is monopoly and against the Chinese law. It's quite possible to be a yes. If then the class action has the ground. Of course, it take a long time. It still take a long time, maybe take few years, right? And then, if the first prosecution is okay, then it may be stopped. That means no trade. No trade in the stock market. So if you buy this, if you own this stock, I think you should sell it out. I know you may lose money, right? I know you may lose money, but no way, right? No way. The things happened. We know that even Jim Cramer, right? Jim Cramer being slammed, right? Because 1 week before, he just said, people should buy as many stock of Didi as possible. And then after 1 week, he is being slammed. And then he said, only an idiot will invest in China stock. I think this work is going too far, right? But actually, we should all be very careful, especially on IPO. I seldom invest on IPO. I invest on IPO last time. The latest time is more than 8 years before. Because always has some problem and the price is always too high. Always too high. After the IPO been launched for 1 season, then it will come to the fair price. Normally it will drop. If you look at Warren Buffett, then he invested on the IPO, but not on our price. He invested on a very low price. Very low price, like the stone, just $12, right? So he will seldom lose. He will seldom lose, but not us. So I seldom invest on IPO for quite a long time already. So this is the case now, and it's not in a good shape. So if you already hold Didi, I think it's time for you to think to sell it out, right? I think the class action may be launched, may have the ground for the first stage. So every one of you should be very careful, huh? Okay, we share for the Didi up till now. Then thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give us a like, and then please keep your comment under the YouTube. And then if you think some of your friends may also like this video, please share to them, and please subscribe and then press the bell button. So whenever there is a new video upload, then you will get notified by the YouTube. Okay, we share up to here, and then we hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. Let us see next Friday. Bye bye.